Hey, Dr. Brian Kinslow from Evolve Flagstaff here. We're shooting this one from home. So this is a great core and abdominal exercise. It's great to do from home because I'm going to anchor my feet under a couch here. So I just call this one an isometric sit-up. And so I'll show what it is and then I'll explain some use cases for it. So I'm going to get my feet anchored underneath here. I'm going to pull my toes up a little bit to get a good anchor. I'm going to get my back nice and flat. It's going to be hard to overextend, but I don't want to overextend. But I also don't want to be here. So I'm going to just draw my shoulders back and just get a nice upright, proud chest and just roughly neutralify the back. Arms are going to be here. Now I'm going to go back until I feel some work, maybe about 45 degrees. And now I'm just going to hold here and just hang out. I'm going to feel a lot of work here through the core, here through my hip flexors, also a little bit on the front of the shin. I'll hold for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then I'm going to come up. Sometimes coming up can be painful, so if that's the case, you can just use your hands and kind of pull yourself up. The further you go down, the harder this is going to be. You can see I'm shaking a little bit here, and then I'm going to come up. So when I use this is often rehabbing a low back injury or a hip flexor strain where we want to progress to something that looks like maybe sitting up from bed. That's often a really painful movement for people as they're recovering from a back injury, or a lot of times runners can have a hip flexor strain, and we need to load that in-hip flexion in an isometric way without the hip pinching or becoming painful. We can also just fire up the anterior shin here, which is great for a lot of lower leg and ankle things. And so I like this a lot better than a traditional sit-up or crunch, particularly as we're coming out of an injury, and it can be a great way to retrain because we can go all the way back down and then I can come all the way back up. So we can start to work through more of a full range of hip motion and low back motion while keeping some good positions. Give that one a shot and let me know how it goes.